Hello, I am Jackson Lewis, and I'm going to be sharing my little sway thing. So, here it is right here. Yeah. So, yeah, so I'm Jackson Lewis. I'm a marketing major here at MTSU. I'm a very strong Christian, and so that's what influences a lot of what I do. I'm very Christ has driven me to be very involved in the conservative activism aspect of things, and so I am very involved with politically active clubs such as Turning Point USA and Leadership Institute, but I'm mostly focused on the pro-life movement, and so that's why I'm the president of the Students for Life organization here at MTSU. Um, and so yeah, I do a lot of interactions with students about hard topics, and I get placed out there essentially in the trenches and get to talking to people. Um, and yeah, so my personality test came out to be the ISTJ. I'm very goal oriented. I like to see things. I like to see the end in mind. Every At the beginning of every semester, I get out my planner and I plan out every single assignment down to the detail, when I'll do it, how I'll do it. And I like roadmaps. I like to see how everything will play out. Um, and my goals and values are pretty much set in stone. And usually I don't like to see those kind of messed around or moved around or anything. Some weaknesses are that like I prefer to, I'm very direct. And so when it comes to casual conversation and whatnot, I can't really convince myself to really engage with like groups of people or just go out and seeking new people unless I think I have a purpose to do so. Like if I'm just out hanging out with some friends, say I know them, so I interact with them. But if there's just some random people hanging out, I'm not gonna be like, oh, let's go say hello to new people. So what I have to do is I have to tell myself, okay, so what's the goal of me going and interacting with these new people? And so they'll be like, oh, maybe I know them from one of my clubs, and so I might know somebody from that group. So I'll go talk to that one person, then I get to talk to everybody else. And that goal would be expanding my range of connections within the clubs and the fields of influences that I'm part of. And so I'll go down here. And so, yeah, my career and education goals and plans. So this right here is a picture of me. Over the weekend, I went to a North Carolina door knocking deployment for some pro-life legislators. We're out there educating voters about some legislators that were very pro-life, um, letting people know about that. We hit over 3,000 doors. And so that kind of leads into what I'm wanting to do as a career. The the organization I'm working with right now, the Students for Life, they have lots of full-time positions available when it comes to things like managing clubs, like student groups around the country. There's over 1,200 student groups, and so with all the student groups, you need people to manage those groups and help them grow. And so one position I'm interested in seeking as full time is called a regional field coordinator. And with that position, you drive around to different campuses and make sure everyone's on the same page and has the resources as they need. So that's what I'm looking into. And I plan on achieving this through kind of like what I'm already doing right now. I'm going on these deployments where I'm, getting involved with on boots on the ground activism and engagement. Um, I'm part of a leadership collective, part of the pro-life leadership collective. It's called the National Leaders Collective. And we have our own fellowship where every month we have 2 to 3 Zoom calls with our groups and talk about stuff and we have a book we read about leadership and kind of getting together and building on each other. Um, and here's my little vision board. In the middle, there's the March for Life that happens every year. And then some other like table display things right here. You know, I haven't done this particular one right here, but I do things like this. Here's just a guy speaking. The position I'm seeking will have a lot of travel involved, whether it be flying or driving. Um, And yeah, I also like to create marketing material. That's why I put these little two things here. Yeah, then my resume. I'm not going to put where I live, but I'll put my phone number and my email if you want to get in contact. And then awards and acknowledgments. I have a 3.6 GPA at MTSU. I've been very involved with my local pregnancy resource center. I raised over $300 for them at one point in time. I've also worked with them to bring free ultrasounds and pregnancy tests to MTSU. So it's past experiences. Um, I've done a lot with my Turning Point USA chapter. I'm the vice president. In the past, I've led them on an overnight trip to Knoxville, where we watched Candace Owens do a speaking event. Um, let's see, and these are the two deployments I've been on. So in total, I've knocked over 5,000. Well, I've been part of deployments that have knocked over 5,000 doors. And right now, 3.6 GPA. I'm a senior. I'll be graduating in May. And I've been very involved with the Leadership Institute, and they help conservative activist groups around the country kind of get together and educate them on how to be good activists in their fields. And then here are my references. And yeah, now how do I stop? Bye bye.